Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Flash Talk. Today, we are designing something sacred. We are talking about the perfect morning. Not a stressful morning, but a powerful one.
Hi guys! I love this topic because how you start your first hour determines the rhythm of your entire day. If you start in a hurry, your brain stays in stress mode until you go back to sleep.
Exactly. And the very first battle of the day happens in the dark. It's the battle between you and the snooze button. Most people think that 5 more minutes of sleep will give them energy, but actually, it steals your momentum.
It really does. When you hit snooze, you are telling your brain that your dreams and your goals can wait. You are starting the day with a delay. You are losing your power before you even open your eyes.
Precisely. The perfect morning starts with a decision. When the alarm goes off, you get up. You win that first minute. And then, the second step is vital: hydration and light.
I always have a big glass of water right next to my bed. Your body has been fasting and dehydrating for 8 hours. You need that water to wake up your cells and your brain.
And sunlight, or at least some bright light. It signals to your internal clock that the night is over. It stops the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, and starts the production of cortisol, the energy hormone.
So, the perfect morning isn't about being perfectly rested. It's about perfectly activating your biology. You drink the water, you see the light, and suddenly, the brain fog starts to clear away.
It's like starting an engine. You don't just floor the gas immediately. You let the oil circulate. You prepare the machine for the journey.
And once the machine is on, we need to set the direction. In this episode, we are going to walk you through a step-by-step ritual that builds confidence, clarity, and focus.
Today we stop being reactive and we start being proactive. Let's move to the next step. The simplest way to organize your mind in 60 seconds. Now, once you are out of bed and you have had your water, it's time for the first physical task of the day. It takes less than 2 minutes, but its psychological impact is massive.
I know exactly what you're going to say. You are talking about making the bed. Some people think, why bother? I'm going to mess it up again tonight anyway.
That is short-term thinking. Making your bed isn't about interior design. It's about discipline. It is the first completed task on your to-do list. It gives you a small sense of pride.
It's true. When I see a tidy bed, my brain feels ordered. If the bed is a mess, it feels like my life is a mess. It's external order creating internal calm.
Exactly. There is a famous speech by a Navy admiral who said, "If you want to change the world, start by making your bed. Because if you cannot do the little things right, you will never do the big things right."
Wow. That is a powerful way to look at a blanket and a pillow. It's a training ground for excellence. You are telling yourself, I am a person who finishes what they start.
Precisely. It closes the loop of sleep. You don't want to walk past your unmade bed 3 hours later and feel like the morning is still dragging on. You want that visual signal of completion.
And it's so satisfying to come home later in the day to a room that looks ready for you. It's a gift from your morning self to your evening self.
It really is. It removes one layer of chaos from your environment. And in a perfect morning, every layer of chaos we remove gives us more room for creativity and learning.
So stop overthinking the utility of it. Just smooth the sheets, fluff the pillows, and celebrate your first accomplishment of the day.
Done is better than perfect, but neat is better than messy. Now that the room is ready, let's talk about feeding your mind before the world starts screaming at you. Now, while you are brushing your teeth or preparing your coffee, there is a golden window of opportunity. Your brain is in a special state right after waking up. It's calm, it's open, and it's ready to absorb information.
I love this part. I call it the download phase. Instead of checking social media and downloading other people's problems, you choose what goes into your head.
Exactly. Most people wake up and immediately look at news or emails. They are letting the world dictate their thoughts. In a perfect morning, you are the editor of your mind.
So, this is the best time for immersion, right? If you want to learn English, put on a podcast or an audiobook while you get dressed. It doesn't even feel like studying.
Precisely. It's passive learning, but highly effective because your subconscious is still very active. You don't need to sit at a desk with a pen. You just let the sounds and the rhythm of the language wash over you.
It's like priming a canvas before you paint. You are preparing your brain to think in English for the rest of the day. And even 10 minutes of this is better than 0 minutes.
10 minutes multiplied by 300 days is a massive amount of exposure. And it's not just about languages. You can listen to something that inspires you, or something that teaches you about business or health.
It's about being intentional. You are saying, I am a person who learns every morning. You start the day feeling smarter and more capable.
And because you do it while you are doing other things, like making breakfast, it has zero friction. You don't need extra time. You just need better focus.
So, stop the noise and start the signal. Choose your audio the night before so you don't have to search for it in the morning.
Preparation is the key to a perfect ritual. Now that the mind is fed, let's talk about waking up the body to get that natural energy flowing. Now that your mind is awake and fed, we need to wake up the rest of you. Most people spend their first hour sitting on the couch or hunched over a phone. They are physically asleep while they are mentally awake.
Oh, I know that feeling. It's like your brain is running, but your body is still in slow motion. You feel heavy. You feel like you need 5 cups of coffee just to stand up straight.
Coffee is great, but movement is better. You don't need a 1-hour gym session to have a perfect morning. You just need 5 minutes to tell your blood to circulate.
So, just stretching? Or maybe a quick walk around the block? I find that even opening the window and taking a few deep breaths while stretching my arms makes a huge difference.
Exactly. It's about oxygen. When you move, you pump oxygen to your brain. It eliminates the brain fog faster than any caffeine. It wakes up your muscles and tells your nervous system, hey, we are alive and we are active.
And it's so good for your posture too. After sleeping for 8 hours, your body is stiff. If you start your work or your study in that stiff state, you will feel tired very quickly.
Precisely. Think of it as clearing the path. You are removing the physical resistance. A perfect morning includes a moment where you feel your own strength.
It doesn't have to be hard. It just has to be consistent. If you do 10 push-ups or 2 minutes of yoga every single morning, you become a person who is physically ready for challenges.
It's about the connection between the body and the mind. When the body moves, the mind follows. You start to feel more confident. You stand taller. You speak more clearly.
So stop being a statue in the morning. Get up, stretch, jump, or walk. Give your body the signal that the day has begun.
Motion creates emotion. And the emotion we want for the perfect morning is energy. Now that we are moving, it's time to tackle the biggest challenge of the day. Now, we arrive at the most important strategy for a productive life. There is an old saying, if you eat a live frog first thing in the morning, nothing worse will happen to you for the rest of the day.
Whew, eating a live frog? That sounds disgusting, but I think I understand the metaphor. The frog is that one big scary task that you keep avoiding.
Exactly. It's the phone call you don't want to make. It's the difficult email you need to write. Or maybe it's recording that new video for your channel.
If I don't do it first, it stays in the back of my mind all day. It drains my energy because I am constantly overthinking it. I feel guilty every hour that passes without doing it.
Precisely. It's mental weight. In a perfect morning, you tackle your hardest task immediately after your movement and learning. You use your peak energy to conquer your biggest obstacle.
And once it is done, the feeling is incredible. You feel light. You feel like a hero. The rest of the day feels easy because the hardest part is already behind you.
It's momentum. Most people spend their mornings doing easy things, like checking notifications and saving the hard things for the afternoon. But in the afternoon, you are tired and your willpower is low.
So they procrastinate and push the frog to tomorrow, and the cycle of stress continues forever. To stop this, you must be brave at 8 a.m.
80% of your results come from 20% of your work. Find that 20%, that frog, and finish it before lunch.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be done. If you eat the frog every single morning, you will be more successful than 99% of the population.
Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. And the perfect morning is the perfect time to practice that discipline.
So, identify your frog the night before. Wake up and take that first bite. You will thank yourself at 5 p.m.
Now that the heavy lifting is done, let's talk about aligning your spirit and your goals. Now, after the physical and the productive work is underway, there is a spiritual layer to the perfect morning. Most people are constantly looking at what they lack. They wake up thinking, I didn't sleep enough, or I don't have enough money.
It's a scarcity mindset. We start the day feeling empty. But what if we change the lens? What if we start the day looking for the good?
Exactly. This is where journaling or gratitude comes in. It only takes 5 minutes. You write down 3 things you are truly grateful for. It could be the smell of your coffee or a friend who helped you yesterday.
It sounds so simple, but it reaches deep into your subconscious. You are training your brain to scan the world for opportunities and blessings instead of problems.
Precisely. It's emotional armor. When someone is rude to you later in the day, or a project fails, you don't break down. You have a foundation of positivity that protects you.
And then you set your intentions. Not a long to-do list, but 1 or 2 things that would make today a success. You say, if I do this one thing, I can go to sleep tonight feeling proud.
It's about clarity. Without intent, you are just a passenger in your own life. With intent, you are the pilot. You know where the plane is going.
I find that writing it down makes it real. When it stays in my head, it's just a wish. When it's on paper, it's a commitment.
Exactly. Gratitude opens the heart, and intention focuses the mind. Together, they make you unstoppable. You start the day with a peaceful heart and a determined spirit.
So take 5 minutes, stop the noise, feel the pen in your hand and connect with yourself. You are the most important person in your morning.
Correct. And finally, we need to protect this energy from the outside world. Let's talk about the boundaries of a perfect ritual. So, we have the perfect structure: water, order, learning, movement, and gratitude. But there is one thing that can destroy all of it in 1 second. I call it the digital intrusion.
Oh, I know what you mean. It's that urge to check your phone the moment you sit down. You want to see if someone liked your photo or if there is bad news in the world.
It's a poison for your perfect morning. When you open your social media or your email too early, you are inviting 1,000 strangers into your bedroom. You are letting their opinions and emergencies dictate your mood.
It's true. Suddenly, you are not thinking about your frog or your gratitude. You are thinking about a political argument or a work problem that you cannot solve yet. You lose your inner peace.
Exactly. Your morning is your sanctuary. It is the only time of the day that belongs entirely to you. To protect it, you must set a digital boundary. No screens for the first 60 minutes.
60 minutes. That sounds like a long time for some people, but it is so liberating. It gives you the space to actually hear your own thoughts. You start the day as a leader, not a follower.
Precisely. The world can wait. The emails will still be there at 9 a.m., but the clarity and the energy of a perfect morning, that is fragile. You must guard it like a treasure.
So, keep the phone in another room. Buy a real alarm clock so you don't touch your phone first thing. Invest in yourself before you invest in the internet.
That is the final piece of the puzzle. A perfect morning isn't just about what you do. It's also about what you don't do. It's about the silence you create around your ritual.
What an incredible journey. I feel like I have a manual for a new life. I'm going to start my digital fast tomorrow morning.
That's the spirit. Thank you all for listening to English Flash Talk. We hope this episode helps you design a morning that makes you feel unstoppable.
Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Pick one step from today and try it tomorrow.
Subscribe to stay part of this community of achievers. We love to grow with you.
Leave a comment and tell us, what is the first thing you are going to change in your morning routine?
Win the morning, win the day, and keep flashing.
We'll see you in the next flash. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.